And we are live. Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Rise of Nyarlathotep. We are here to be fancy. I'm pretty sure I fixed the issues with OBS by just throwing a lot of RAM in my computer, so we'll see what happens with that. But right now, running like a dream, very happy. But before we dive into all this thing, let's go around the table, introduce ourselves. My name is Lucas. I will be your GM for the evening, and my pronouns are he, him. Ian.
Hi there. My pronouns are he, they. My characters for this evening are Weary, the tiefling artificer, pronouns they, them, and Drink Fosty, the earl of something, I think like a bird person, and his pronouns are he, him. He looks like a cardinal. So I'm playing two whole characters today.
Meg.
Hey, I am Meg. My brain just completely quit working. I'm on day 2 of education again, guys. I'm tired. Sorry. School started early for us and I'm dead. I am Meg. My pronouns are she, they. I'm playing our favorite socially anxious godling druid and the socially anxious bird. That was an accident, actually, but it works. But socially anxious godling druid Alora, whose pronouns are they, them, and Eliandra Swan, who is a trumpeter swan lookalike, essentially. Like, not as mean as a Canadian goose, but just elegantly a bitch. And their pronouns are they, them.
I get that. Eve.
Hello, I'm Eve, and I'm playing both TK37, the the telekinetic goblin super soldier, and Delata Didgeridoo, Baroness, and Schemer. And I'm starting to think that the random punk chick that both me and Ian like were intrigued by and like wanted to touch more was possibly the same ghost,
which is even whoa.
All right, Jason, you gotta follow that up.
I don't know how. I'm Jason, and I'm playing Katok, the simply superb Flammarian bard, as well as Rip Talon, the badass bowerbird earl equivalent guy, but takes no title.
Alrighty, so before we hop into this, we are sponsored by Roll20. Head on over to Roll20, set yourself up an online game, have some fun, play with people. You could just buy some adventures on there. They set the maps and tokens up for you. I just did it recently. It's rad. I don't want to do any work. I just want to play the game. All set up for you. Check out Roll20. Also, if you want some lovely music to accompany you while you're doing maybe some taxes, maybe the government has decided to audit you 4 times. True story, I have been. Then head on over to Sirenscape and just listen to some wonderful music. Listen, when you're Métis in Canada, they audit you a lot. And so head on over to Sirenscape, enjoy some wonderful music, and just relax as you're going through and collecting all those forms again, and they're just going to prove that they actually owe you money. Alrighty. So, last time, our heroes had a wonderful short time, as OBS was an ass. We had managed to enjoy breakfast, and then TK got a bottle of sherry. I've been watching a lot of Frasier, and then TK got into a
scrambled eggs.
It's actually a well-written show. It's fun. Some of it doesn't hold up, but it's been a blast. But TK grabs this bottle of sherry and is trying to have a drink, and then unfortunately Kyle happens. And we all know what happens when Kyle's there. It just gets worse. Every aspect of it gets worse. And eventually, TK says that they don't like Kyle, and Kyle throws a drink in TK's face, and TK jumps in the air about to bottle Kyle. Kratok had managed to have a little one-on-one with the Lord Crestfeather and finds out that their family is being afflicted by the birdsong, but it is afflicting tieflings, which is strange. Never happened before. So Kratok was trying to offer a comforting word. Glyph and Twilia had left off to go see what's going on out about in the town, and Weary and Trust were watching TK just basically implode as she is just done with this place. Allura sent Bradley off on a super secret mission, so Bradley turned into an inside-out bird and flapped off towards where the family's main chambers are. And Delata Didgeridoo got a little taste of what she was after. All right, so let us begin. After I bring up my dang notes. The eve before the ball is always a busy time of year. As we gaze upon the Crestfeather estate, we see them and their guests following the typical mannerisms and chaos that lead to a Plumerian gathering of such proportions. In the dining room, a small goblin woman hurls herself through the air wielding a bottle of sherry as her weapon of choice, while a nobleman falls away in terror. A pair of tieflings' eyes grow wide as they reach for her, but she's much too fast. In the upstairs manor, we see the lady of the house pacing her bedroom, babbling incoherent sentences as she waves her hand wildly, and nurses chase after her, trying to get her to go to bed. Flapping past her window is a bird, but this one is inside out. It flaps wetly past a pair of Plumerians trying to find conversation in the garden below. Back inside, there are a pair of Plumerians clinking drinking glasses as their eyes go wide from the shouting downstairs. The lord of the estate's eyes go wide in shock and irritation as the other Plumerian looks nervous, almost as though they know exactly what is happening. Through the door and into the hallway, we see the door flying open and a godling rushing out of their room. They have a concerned look on their face and do not even notice as they almost collide with a Plumerian noblewoman who looks pleased to see her. As we watch the Crestfeather Manor devolve into chaos, the chaos that always rears its nasty head just before the ball, we go to our wonderful goblin who is midair. TK.
So how I'm picturing this is that she just comes up, clocks him right across the side of that head, and just knocks him over as she's landing on his chest and grabbing him by the collar. And have you ever seen Pan's Labyrinth?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the part where the dude gets his head caved in with a bottle and it's just very cold and fast and the bottle doesn't break and you're just screaming for it to please break?
That was the moment that I realized it wasn't a children's movie.
That's the moment I realized it wasn't a good date movie.
Oh, no.
Yeah, and nobody here is going to be having a good date because, yeah, the second TK lands on Kyle's chest, she just grabs him by the collar, lifts up his head, and starts bringing down the base of the bottle, and you just hear that cold thunk, 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 with some bones crunching.
And it is loud. There is screaming, guttural screaming and gurgling from Kyle. Everyone's watching. For a moment, Weary, you're frozen as you're looking at TK just lost in this rage. TK, how much goodwill do you currently have left?
Oh, shoot. I forgot to pull up my stuff. 1 sec. I want to say it's either 6 or 7 offhand.
Well, it's about to be far lower because this is goodwill, not hit points.
Social hit points.
Yeah, when you beat someone to death, it doesn't go well.
Is there anyone else?
I had 8.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
good.
Wait, how do you have more than me?
TK's been avoiding everyone.
Oh, that's fair. I guess that ends now, I guess.
Yeah. So, Weary, you have a moment of panic. This hits you. You weren't expecting it. And you sort of snap out of it when Kyle's blood splatters across your face. And you see it like hit Trust as Trust is blinking like, oh God. And both of you are rushing up to TK. How are you handling her as she is just lost in this fury?
I think I like stop for 2 seconds and I tell Trust to just like clear the room. And I kind of lay down close to eye level, but off to the right a little bit, and I just kind of look over and go, I think you got him. I think you got him, TK.
So, TK, you hit Kyle again and again and again, and the body is twitching and moving and grabbing at you, scratching you, even though you've definitely done enough to kill Kyle. The body is still grabbing at you and scratching you, and you just keep going.
Should just slap the hands away. She don't fucking care.
And you start getting this intense headache as you're looking down at this person, and you start hearing things like, what a monster. What is that freak doing? And you hear things going on in people's heads as you're looking up at them. No one's talking. That's disgusting. I knew we shouldn't have let her in. This is just what you'd expect from an adventurer like her. What is she doing here? She doesn't belong. Great, now we have a murder in our midst. And Weary, what is your utmost, like your top thought right now?
Oh God, it's just. It's like at first it's blank, and then it fills in with this dawning like dread that we promised Kratok that we would be on our best behavior, and we like everything. Like Weir's been kind of on a knife's edge of just like trying really hard not to be like mean to people, and just seeing this, it's like, oh, well, violence can happen anywhere. It's a PSA, right? But more so just this like dawning fear of like, if we mess up, Kratok is going to get kicked out, or worse, like something worse could happen to Kratok.
And these thoughts are hitting you, TK, and Alora, you rush into the room. And what are you thinking as you see TK covered in blood and looking up at everyone?
Do you feel better?
Is that like her their surface thought?
So you feel like this frustration coming your way from that direction, and Kratok and Lord Crestfeather come through another doorway. You see Lord Crestfeather look around and look shocked, and you just hear in his head the first thing, I have to get this monster away from my family. And what are you thinking, Kratok?
Kratok kind of just face palms and lets out a deep sigh.
And all these nobles are looking at you, TK, and saying these, or thinking these terrible, terrible things that would never be said in polite society. And you're seeing everyone look at you, and you look at this bottle in your hands and Kyle's still form as Kyle is laying there. Head has, it seems fine, but there's a lot of blood all over it, and Kyle's just passed out. And you just, it's almost drowning you as you're being hit with all of these thoughts.
TK drops the bottle, and hands go up to her ears, and she's looking around at everyone, and she's trying to shut it out because everybody's talking so fucking loud.
TK, I want you to take 7 damage to your goodwill.
Oh.
You have 1 left, as more or less it's a slight hatred for Kyle. But you are standing there. Everyone is staring at you. You're holding your ears, but the thoughts are even louder. The more you concentrate on them, they're even louder as you even hear your friends, the fear, the frustration, the disappointment. It's all hitting you.
And she's looking around. Shut up. He made me do it. And I think she's just going to get up and run.
Can we cast any spells at all, or are they just completely off the table?
You don't have any access to your magic, but you can run
Okay.
after TK if you want.
No, I wouldn't run.
Okay.
I'll just stand there and see what the fallout is.
So if you rush over to Kyle to first see if he's breathing, and like they, they're looking at all this blood, and they see Kyle's chest is rising, and they start hearing, no, as they're laying there like, oh, okay, still alive. Okay, because not many know about Kyle's terrible gift. And a few people are like rushing over, like, call the doctor back to the house immediately. Kritok, I don't know what kind of company you keep, but I need someone to be watching that young goblin woman at all times, because this cannot happen again. Do you hear me? Not only is your reputation on the line, but mine is. We cannot have people freaking bottled in our dining room.
I don't know if this will count as a smooth things over, but Kritok will just kind of reply that I understand how it looks, but from where where TK is from, and with the level of antagonism from Kyle, this was bound to happen, and that's why I went to such lengths to impugn Kyle at that dinner.
If this can happen with Kyle, it can happen with other people. And even if TK simply threw something at someone, never mind all this blood. See to it that your friend is taken care of. I have to see to my guests.
All right, I'll personally clean this up if you want me to, and I'll have a talk with TK.
We will have someone else take care of the blood, Kritok. You see to your friends.
All right.
And there's like a lot of people looking worried, terrified. Some are, crouched down near Kyle, like looking wide-eyed. And what are the rest of you doing?
I ran.
Ran after TK?
Weary just kind of shell-shocked looks down at Kyle, who like is breathing and like gets up real close. Do you like this?
Oh,
Not the hurting you.
who are you?
Not the hurting you. Living, even after all that.
What do you mean?
How many times has this happened to you?
I can't count like that.
And is it always like this?
Not always. One time I just fell down an elevator chute. I thought it was there.
We're just like kind of falls backwards in horror of just like, oh God, why was I searching immortality if this could happen multiple times?
Don't worry. Once you don't care anymore, it's just whatever.
Oh God, you're just like him. The spider. You're just like him.
Gross. I don't like spiders. Oh, I'm covered in blood again. Crest Feather, this is the second time at your household. I apologize, Lord Kyle. I did not know that this would happen. Please take it my deepest apologies. We will see to all of your clothes being cleaned, and if there's anything we can do, there will be things that you can do, but we will speak about them later. We'll
Lucas,
speak about them
can I-
with Mother.
Can I make a roll?
Yeah.
I would like to study a situation
Yeah.
using I read this in a book somewhere. I'm going to see if I remember any bird person law.
Oh, sure.
It's plus wit.
Harvey Birdman.
Yeah. I got a 9, and so I can ask one extra question regardless of what I rolled.
Okay.
What are my questions?
So let's study a situation.
Yep.
You got what is happening here?
Mhm.
What can be used for my benefit? What's the history of this place?
Mhm.
What is being hidden from me? And how could this situation turn out? And you can also ask slight variations of it, pertaining to the situation.
What can I use for my benefit? Like, Kyle was hurt in such a way that would have killed normal people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to see if there's a law against like reanimation or like something along those lines. I'm just scouring my memory of like I can use this and also implicate Kyle in some way.
Necromancy is frowned upon, and grave digging, stuff like that, is obviously illegal. There are instances where necromancy is put to use in like a government sense, like sometimes they have, undead laborers, that kind of thing. Especially when dealing with the floor level where undead are constantly marching around, they seem to ignore other undead there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as reanimation, there's not too much around it because it doesn't happen. Nobody ever has to deal with this. It's kind of like the law has never been put in place to kind of deal with such a thing. You do know that there are a lot of laws against assault and assault with a deadly weapon, that kind of stuff. So TK would be in a lot of hot water if this ever pushed forward. But you did see that Kyle is pretty weak as far as like an individual goes. There wasn't much fighting back on Kyle's part. So, I mean, that is something that you kind of noticed.
Okay. And then I guess my second, I get 3 questions, right? Because I got a minor, like a semi
on a
success.
7 to 9, ask 1. So
one, but I do get an extra.
Get 2 in total.
How can I use this to my advantage?
Kyle did let slip that his mother is in town, and now his mother's going to be visiting Lord Crestfeather, from the sounds of it. So it does sound like if you wanted to either eavesdrop on Lady Bywood or do something to Lady Bywood, you might have an opportunity very soon if you keep an eye on either Kyle or Lord Crestfeather and the goings-ons.
Okay. I get up and I'm still kind of shaking and I wipe away the blood. And I turn to Lord Crestfeather. Kyle has sustained very serious injuries. I think it would be important to make sure that he's confined to quarters and kept safe. If anything, just make sure he can't go anywhere. Like, look at those injuries, at the state of him. If he's just to wander about, he could get even more hurt.
Yes, we will have a doctor come by. It's already been called back. A doctor was here just
where he stops and kind of smacks themselves. I'm a doctor. Sorry, I just witnessed it. I'm in shock. I could take Kyle to one of the chambers and make sure that he is safe.
Oh.
I just require a key and some of your supplies, and I can take care.
I do not mean to be rude or doubt your profession at all. I believe that you are a doctor, but do understand that it was your associate who did this. So I am
Do I look like I saw that coming?
I'd say roll charm to try to win over Lord Crestfeather as you're trying to convince them.
I got a -1 on that. Oh, but I did roll a 9. So that's -1, so I got an 8.
Okay. So winning someone over on a 7 to 9, they'll do as you ask, but you owe them a favor in return. I can let you see to this. But I would like to ask your opinion about something later in the evening if you're free.
Of course. Anything you need.
And so a few people are starting to move off. Trust helps you with getting Kyle up. Kyle is still pretty woozy, lost a lot of blood. But meanwhile, Alora, you have hit the ground running, and you are chasing TK. And TK is fast, but TK is also getting a lot of people's thoughts in her head. So she is covering her ears, knocking into things, bumping into things, trying to run outside. You manage to catch up to TK pretty quick as the two of you run out to where that small pond is, the little boat.
I'm going to probably stop like a couple of feet away and just watch as she's doing the panic thing of no, please stop.
What are you thinking while you're watching TK?
Breathe.
So you're not really hearing anyone else at the moment. You're just hearing Alora.
I'm just reminding her, like, just breathe. You're okay. I'm here. You're not alone.
TK stumbles forward and just drops into the water right at the edge of the lake, and just right to her knees. The water's up past her waist, and she is just sitting there breathing very, very hard and staring down into the water.
And still just kind of like mentally thinking, kind of talking, just TK, it's gonna be okay. Just slow down. It's gonna be okay.
Are you just thinking all of this?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, like, just I've been around like the world. I know that there's people that have similar powers, and I can only imagine that that's what's been going on, is you finally got whammied. And so, like, having watched you just panic and then bolt, and the way you were panicking as I'm like running after you, I think in all of that, I'm like, oh shit, it's back. And it's just loud. And my own thoughts are loud enough, like, for myself, so I can only imagine how loud it is for you. So that's why I'm approaching just very calm. And I'm just thinking. So you have a single focus point, and you're not focusing on your racing thoughts and like the panic. And so I'm just trying to be a focus point.
Sorry, I'm like, how is she going to do this? I don't think she's doing anything. I think she's just sitting there breathing hard, panting, and just seeing her own reflection again.
Yeah, and I'll like, I'm just slowly approaching, and just very slowly enter the water, and then just stay silent, and literally just kind of counting my own inhales and exhales, sort of breathing that like Alora has sort of learned to develop from their own panic attacks. And so like all it is it's just like 2, 3, 4 and out, 2, 3, 4, and just until like my brain kind of turns off and I enter that like blank state, and then just try to like shut myself off so that way you're by yourself, but I'm just standing there next to you.
Okay, roll to keep your composure as you're trying to center yourself. Did it go that well? Did you get a 2?
What'd you get?
What? TK, you're supposed to roll.
Oh, I'm supposed
Yeah,
to.
we're all waiting on
we
you.
were waiting on
Yeah,
you.
what'd you
I am
roll?
calm. You're the one wigging.
You
What did
you
you
were making
roll?
this
Yeah.
this face, and I'm like, oh, you must have rolled really low.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
I'm gonna be honest,
what's
contextually,
the
I thought you
step
meant for Meg to roll.
Composure.
Grace.
That's Grace.
TK's best stat.
TK's best stats actually are virtue. Her grace is pretty low.
oh no.
But no, I got a 8.
All right, so you are catching your breath. You're calming down. You're looking in the water, and you feel like you're almost there. The thoughts are getting quieter, and you see that fucking eye just staring at you. You see her eye.
Laura, I'm so fucking tired.
I know.
I'm sorry I was an ass earlier.
I'm used to it.
I fucked this up, didn't I?
Oh, yeah. But it's okay. We're going to make it work. We might have to set the town on fire again. I don't know.
Talk is sweating even though you can't hear this.
Right.
Not even your hometown is safe. We'll burn your whole family. Wait.
Are we the baddies?
Are we the Are we the drama?
Yes, every time.
But
I don't want to burn the town down.
neither do I. Kyle might have a different plan. But we'll make it work. We need to find Glyph. They wandered off with some Plumerian, I think. But we need to let them know when they get back what happened. Because this is pretty bad.
TK just kind of absolutely slumps at the thought of telling Glyph.
And you look down at the outfit that Glyph made you in the mud, and you got like a little bit of sherry, and there's definitely blood on it.
You beat me to that one. Fucking fuck everything up. I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do.
I'll just like sit in the water next to you. But I'm just listening. So
I don't want to do this anymore.
do what?
Just this. everything.
Like the Plumerian everything we're having to do, or the existing thing?
I don't know. I don't fucking know.
I get that. And I know that it's not easy. And I don't know. I don't know a lot, but Bradley has taught me some things about how to cope and how to not cope, apparently, that I didn't even realize I was doing.
TK, this is the first time that she looks up and she gives you the most incredulous look after hearing that Bradley taught you something.
Being a parent is hard work. Leave me alone.
Bradley somewhere sweating a little.
that just absolutely cut through her, and she is just confounded.
You just hear the wet flapping.
Precious little morph child, you have taught me so much.
Right. And there's a lot I'm still learning, even from you, about how to express myself. Ironically, but if anyone can do it, it's you. And I don't know what you're going through or if I can even really help. And I don't know that any of us can. This may just be a personal thing, but we can't know that until you tell us. And that's what's been bothering me. We tell each other almost everything we can, albeit in our own very awkward ways, but we do. That's why I love us. Is I know that I can say or do something, and I know it might not always be the right thing, but I know that one person's always going to tell me when I fuck up and how I could have done it differently and how I could have handled things. And that's you.
I don't think I'm the person that you should listen to for that. Okay?
Granted, I don't.
I'm gonna fuck up. I fucked this shit up. And I fucked up the fucking bomb. Okay? I am a grade A fuck up. That's all I fucking do.
TK, we've all blown up a whole town. I turned into a Thunderbird that I didn't even know was a thing that I could do. And it wasn't the greatest thing. We've done some terrible things for the greater good. We've done some fucked up things for the greater good. Kyle's mom is somehow still alive. I don't know how we did that wrong, but yeah, there's all kinds of things that we keep fucking up and blowing up. That's kind of what we do. We're not perfect. No one's expecting you to be perfect. No one wants the martyr. Nobody wants an apology. Nobody blames you. Ask any of our group. I don't blame you. Hell, if anything, you're the reason I have Bradley now. Between you and Weary somehow making a deal with a death god, I don't know why I'm surprised, but we're back. We're home, sort of. We're alive. Because of you, because of the mistakes that happened. It's not a bad thing. Albeit they weren't the most well executed, but nothing we do ever is. We're not exactly team got it together. It's team rando for a reason. Everything we do, it's random. Us being together is random. Me having Bradley was random. But nobody blames you for it. We all love you. And I know things have been hard for you. We can all see that. We just want to help. And we've let you in to every aspect of our lives. All that I'm asking, at least, is that I can help the way that you've helped me. I know you're stuck at this 3-foot height, but damn it, grow a little. Let us help you grow emotionally as much as we can. There's some things we might be able to help you with when we get out of Plumeria. If you want us to, and if you'll allow us. But you're too good to this world. You're too good for us. And I don't want to lose you.
All right. Oh, Laura, quit sucking on her toes. Very good, great.
You're important and you're fucking loved, you dumb bitch. Is that what you want? Because I'll do that. I'll flip it. I'll be mean again.
That's what worked when TK was dead. I mean, I'm not there, but like it definitely worked when I was like, "Hey,
You
get your
slapped
shit
her
together."
twice. Yeah.
I tried to do that verbally and I got kicked out of her room. So I'm going the opposite fucking direction. You get one or nothing.
Allura, you are suddenly hit with a very rough wave of fatigue. You're sitting near TK. It feels like a bunch of energy was just pulled out of you. And as you suddenly slump forward, like catching yourself in the water, and TK, you're looking up quickly. You move away from you two to a certain Plumerian in a hallway. A lot of didgeridoo. You found one. And you got him. You're holding on to this inside out bird staring at you with wide eyes. You're staring at it. It tried to flap past you, and you got just that smell, that taste in the air.
It's so wet.
And you just grabbed it.
She's good at that. She is a predator. 'Cause that's the fun thing about loggerhead shrikes. They're an honorary hawk.
Hi.
My, you are just full of surprises.
And bones.
I can imagine. Say, if you could turn into this, what else can you turn into?
Lots of stuff.
Oh, yeah? That's very exciting.
What do you want? Why are you holding on to me?
Well, I was looking for your mother.
I don't know nothing.
Oh, no. Nobody is in trouble. I want to be friends with you and them.
Okay.
Do you think that we could be friends?
Yep. I trust
I want
you
to
completely.
preface this. Delana is not a good person. This does not.
I trust you completely with all my like 7 days of wisdom.
No. We didn't teach Bradley to only trust us.
He didn't teach him stranger danger.
We didn't.
He's just a boy.
It's just a boy. He's just a really stretchy boy.
So what are we gonna do?
No.
Well, I was thinking that perhaps you would like to meet a friend of mine.
Yep.
Have you ever had any medical tests done?
Weary's tried a lot. A lot of poking and prodding and like, hey, let me get a skin sample. And Laura's like, back off.
Oh, well, that seems terribly unsafe. You never know what could be wrong. It's always good to have a healthy disposition.
What do you mean?
And well, you take a few blood samples
Oh.
and you get those tested to make sure that you're nice and healthy and a good, strong, growing boy.
Oh.
So you want to be big and powerful when you grow up?
Right. And you just need to get rid of some of that pesky blood.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Well, it seems awfully rude that nobody would tell you.
A lot of people are very rude.
It's a shame. It is a shame. And if birds could smile, Delata would just have the most sinister grin on her face right now. She did not realize that this would be this easy.
Oh no, this conversation is giving me a headache. Oh no.
Let's go. Let's get rid of this blood.
Bradley,
Yeah.
no.
I'm gonna grow so big. I'll be bigger than Kratok.
You gotta save some of it, so.
Oh.
Because you gotta be able to make more so that you can get rid of more down the line.
Weird. I'm like a factory.
Yes, you are. You're like a factory for blood.
Wow, I'm like a reverse vampire.
Yes.
Oh.
That's fun. Did I ever tell you about the time I was a tumor?
Not quite.
Let's go. I'm not telling you that story.
Yes, let's go.
So, Delata, where are you going?
She is going to take this small bird tumor thing to an associate of hers, the one that usually had previously drawn the blood and had originally supplied her with the means of acquiring and like the solution to her problem.
Larry Loon.
Yep, that's a very good doctor name.
Larry Loon MD, you know?
Yeah, it's a very trustworthy doctor name.
Oh, God.
So you go to the front, and I imagine you kind of stow away the inside-out bird of Bradley.
Yeah, we're playing hide and seek.
Oh,
Only we're hiding Bradley from everyone else.
And so
'Cause they're all it.
So Bradley's hiding on your person. As you go, a automobile is brought to the front for you as you are heading off to go meet an associate, Mr. Larry Loon. And as you're driving out of the Crest Feather Manor, you see the mother of Bradley, Laura, is talking to the little goblin that you heard is just tried to murder someone. And as you drive past them, you roll me study a situation to see if you catch this.
What is my thing? Nope, that's a 6.
So you are too focused trying to get Bradley to stay still because Bradley has now become a weird blood red snake. And you are just trying to get Bradley to stay still as Bradley is slithering around the back seat going, I'm everywhere.
She does a little eye twitch.
Stop it. You're trying to put Bradley like in a jar and just collect the Bradley. And so the vehicle drives off, exiting out of the Crestfeather estate. And after the vehicle gets just a bit too far, we watch as Alora slumps forward. We are going to move from these lovely two over to someone we haven't spent a lot of time with, Mr. Drink Fausty.
Oh, that's fun. Drink Frosty is, the day's been going really well.
Mm-hmm.
That he recently got advice on how to not, but also yes, get the object of his affection's attention by not being too forward or confident. So Drink is like honestly very comfortable, like looking forward to dinner, getting ready to like go over to the like having like spruced himself up, his two little like his crest that kind of splits down the middle, it looks like two little horns, is like trimmed and shaped cleanly, and he walks into the living room where everyone's staring at a pile of blood, and Weary and Trust are carrying Kyle out of the like dining room area.
I got better.
And there's just a pause, and Drink looks around and goes, "Oh dear, somebody has to clean that." And I look around for like anyone familiar that I like know.
Yeah,
like, to get the lowdown on the situation.
You see someone is making eyes at you. Lady Jeline is.
Lady Jeline.
She has been kind of keeping her distance from a lot of people lately, but you do notice that she's looking right at you.
Oh. Okay, I drift over. Hello, Lady Jeline. Quite the events going on. Frightening stuff.
Well, Lord Drink, you managed to miss the most of it, I'd say, but better for you, if I'm going to be quite honest. It's a little gruesome.
I do get quite squeamish around blood.
Then you're very lucky to have missed this, because there was so much. I hate Kyle, so I didn't mind a lot.
Right, not a big fan of Kyle. Yeah, I mean, obviously, I don't want any horrible harm to happen to him. He is also rich after all, but really rough that this went happen to Kyle.
Honestly, that's what I always say. You can't trust adventurers. Like, look what they did. A little bit of wine was spilt, I think, was the issue. A little bit of wine, and
this was an adventure?
Oh yeah, it was the goblin one. A little bit of wine was spilled, and she just beat him almost to death with a bottle of sherry. Sherry in the morning? Goodness.
Shameful. But honestly, I spoke to the goblin woman the other day. She seemed a little angsty, but nothing too violent.
Maybe that's the red flag with adventurers. A little bit of angst could lead to a lot of violence.
Don't they fight a lot of near-death situations? I feel like that creates angst in space.
That's probably a lot of PTSD as well. I doubt they get that checked. They're too busy.
But I mean, yeah, likely they don't have the money for adequate care.
Well,
unlike us.
They spend it all on their poor grogs, and they're gallivanting around and buying shiny new pieces of metal to wear. I don't know what they do. Drink, would you mind joining me in the garden?
You know what? That's fine. I would love to. The smell of blood is definitely not an enjoyable one.
I would love to get away.
Wonderful.
You two head off to the garden, and like before, beautiful flowers everywhere. It's probably around 9:30, 10, not very late into the day at all. And a lot of these flowers are starting to open up, bloom. You know, they're all from different areas. And you're walking through here with Lady Jeline, and she's taking her time looking at the different flowers, walking, just like making very, very basic small talk.
So, Lady Jeline, I can't say you've been keeping to yourself lately. And I'm gonna try to kind of what's this game's version of like figuring out vibes?
Oh,
I have it in front of me. I just don't know how to read.
Study a situation is what I've usually used.
say
Okay,
situation or know where you stand. Know where you stand is more like socially, like
That makes sense.
who's all the strong people here, whereas study a situation is the pertaining
Okay.
moment.
Sure, and that uses wit.
Wit.
Drink Fosty's least effective stat. Yeah, he's gonna try to figure out what she's, what her that's a 3.
All right, so marketing experience.
All right.
You are trying to figure her out, and you're awkwardly staring at her. And she turns around, catching you, just like you've stopped. You didn't realize you're just staring at her. Is there something on me? A bug?
Oh no! I don't know. I felt like I've been blending into the background lately this festivity, so I was intrigued that you were seeking my or not seeking, I should say. You definitely I caught you looking at me, and I figured there must be something on me, or you wanted to say hi. Is there a bug on me?
No.
Oh, okay.
The reason I wanted to talk to you, Drink, is because you seem a likable sort. You're always good-natured, a family plumerian, if I've ever seen one.
Yeah. Well,
I have a proposition for you.
I'm afraid I have eyes for another.
And that is fine.
Or
I
it's
do
unrelated
as
to.
well.
Oh, okay. What?
But it is related.
Oh,
I am being pressured to find someone to marry.
yes.
And the one I've found that has caught my heart is not of high society standards.
My goodness.
And yet my family is trying to force my hand. And if you have eyes for another, I feel like we could help one another here. Drink, I have means of incredible wealth, but I am restricted within this society. Now, if I were to have a partner that could give excuses for me, allow me to travel, give me a reason to avoid some of high society, or at least have a shield within it.
Oh. This is a very, very forward thing to ask.
I only ask because I know 2 things about you, Drink. 1, you are a kind plumerian who looks out for others' well-being. But 2, I understand the difficulties your family is going through. Now,
And
I
that,
could help you.
Deflates him, immediately.
I could help you alleviate that. And you help me be with the person I love. How does it sound? Count Drink Frosty.
Count.
I feel like that
goodness.
has a good ring to it.
The Fosty name hasn't had a count in quite some years. I'm gonna not where you stand, but oh no. Everything I click says not responding and stops breaking. Or let's see. I guess this would be act in a precarious situation. Because
Well,
Drink doesn't want to do this.
Okay, I mean, you could. I mean, technically, winning someone over or keeping your composure.
You know what?
You're trying to get them to see it your way, right?
Yeah, that might be okay. So less combat, more like talk it out.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if you do want to go in swinging.
Yeah, no, I'm good. That's not Drink style. I think Drink takes a deep breath and realizing that if he proposes to marry somebody at the ball, that will unfortunately draw other people's attention, which is the opposite of what he wants to get Rip Talon's attention.
This bad advice.
Based on bad advice from what I assume is a vampire bird. So yeah, Drink is all sorts of brain mush right now. Okay. How soon would this arrangement have to come into effect?
Well, I wouldn't want to wait too long, but I understand that there is a dance to these things.
Oh, okay.
So the sooner we make it news, the better. Now, I'm not saying the marriage has to happen immediately, but the engagement would definitely be good for both of us.
Right, but it doesn't quite match with my goals. And what if we're to be discovered or you're to be discovered? And
if we're to be discovered, it will be long down the line. And after that, I mean, who's to say where Plumeria's mind will be? They'll drift off to the next big thing. I'm sure there'll be another Kratok, or there'll be another divine voice that has everyone's eye, or something like that. I'm sure any kind of scandal we end up in will be water under the bridge in just a few short moons. But think about your family, Drink.
Oh, yes.
Think about what they go through. You are the leader of your household, are you not?
I am. And you see, this is hurting. Like, this is hitting him hard. Maybe I might need some time to think it over. Could we wait until after this ball? And I'm going to try to win someone over with that one.
Sure.
And I might have to move in my chair after I roll this because my cat is up to mischief. I rolled a straight 7.
Oh, so winning someone
like
over,
they'll do as you ask, but you'll owe them a favor.
To the ball. I agree. We can get together after the ball. That is fine. But
and like he lets her continue because it's kind of a doormat.
But if we're to do this after the ball, then I will need you to have eyes for me during the ball.
And you see like
we need it to be believable.
You see the Tetris blocks fall into place of like ignore Rip Talon. And like to get attention and only having eyes for Lady, well, I want to say Janae, but I know that's wrong.
Jeline Charuston.
Jeline Charuston. Having only eyes for her, and it all kind of clicks. And Drink thinks for a moment and goes, I should have to make sure that I fix up my affairs and nothing is left out of sorts if I were to follow through with this. But only eyes for you at the ball I can handle.
And I believe it goes without saying, a word of this to no one.
Of course, to no one.
And Lady Jeline gives you a small curtsy and is off on her way. As you stand there, your gears spinning in your head. From Lord Drink Fausti, we are heading off to another one of these Plumerians. Eliandra. You are walking alongside Rip Talon. and the two of you are trying to find conversation. As both of you start up something, and then the other one just doesn't catch it. And so the two of you are walking through the garden at the moment. It's a very large garden. There's plenty of room for multiple people to walk and scheme and talk. So you are walking through the garden along with Rip Talon.
So, Mr. Talon, right? There's no title there?
I think we're a little more informal than that. You just call me Rip.
Oh yeah, I mean, you're right. But for appearance's sake, I mean, you never know who's listening.
Sure. Are we being spied on, you think?
I mean, look at where we are. Look at who's here.
I'll watch my P's and Q's, I guess, from now on. It's a good point you bring up.
Yes. Well, I have it that there are several Plumerians here that have your. Just look at like your hand. Your hand. How do you feel about that?
They have my hand?
Yes, dear, for marriage. They would like it at the very least.
Okay, I was gonna say that's a lot further along than I pictured any of these relationships.
No. Of course, they would like your hand rather.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a couple. That's the Plumerian way, you know. You go to a ball, and then next thing you know, you're having a shotgun wedding.
And they're just gonna look at Rip like a shotgun. How barbaric. The Earl. Do you know anything about drink?
Not an awful lot. Just you know, like a friendly guy. Just likes to drink. So the name's appropriate. Likes to have a good time, just like anyone, you know.
Do you know if he's interested in anyone?
I have no idea. I don't usually talk about that stuff on a surface level, you know.
That's fair. However, you and I go several years back, don't we?
Yeah, you could say that. We're like some nth number of cousins or something. I don't really know.
I'm sure somewhere down the line. Canonically, we're just like really old friends. Let's see. How do I
guess you know, to reciprocate this conversation, do you fancy anyone that's going to be there? You know me. I'm the best hype man in Plumeria. I'm Rip Talon.
Oh. They're gonna get like really flush. Well, I was for a brief moment, I was fancying drink, but I don't think that that's going to work. And then, well, you know Delata.
Yeah.
We used to be best friends, but she just... Something's off lately. And I don't think she was aware that she did it, but she kind of has been really insulting in like the most backhanded sort of manner. And I'm not not sure that I quite like her. I'm not sure what to do about it.
Yeah, I mean, Delata definitely eludes me as one of those interesting folks.
Yes, to say the least. And then speaking of interesting, there's Twillia, but I don't think she has the mind nor the heart for marriage at the moment. So she's obviously out of question.
Well, I think that's a little bit harsh, but yeah, you know.
Well, she's always flitting about. I need someone, well, steady. Although, well, you know how I am. I never stay too long in one place. Migratory genes and all of that. What do you think about Kratok?
I mean, he's kind of the man of the hour. You know, couldn't really be a mistake to at least see where he's at. You want me to talk to him for you?
Would you?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, wonderful. We did share that one dance. He's not a very good dancer. I think he's a little rusty, I guess. But that's comes with the territory of being an adventurer, I guess. Not very many dances to go to. I don't know where the accent came from.
You know it is with swans.
Just whoa! I'm Julia Childs now. I had that. Okay, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
A
absolutely.
scene to yourself, but okay. Well, I guess I have to trust you then, don't I?
What's not to trust? I'm just gonna see where he's at, kind of put in a good word for you. I mean, you can't force him to feel a certain way, but I think it'll work.
I've got certain people that might be able to help me as well. If our plan fails, maybe there's other ways I can get there.
I'm sure there are. Just leave the law breaking stuff to me.
Yes, of course.
Rip Talon's got like 3 guys in the bush, like, hey, boss, do you want us to do something?
You want us to kill this guy?
So while the two of you are walking along and you're chatting, you do see the macabre Plumerian, who's been sort of blundering around everywhere, just upbeat, real happy-go-lucky. It's their first season that they're out and about. So you do see the Honorable Skyland just sort of like marching through this garden. Oh, wow, everything sure is beautiful around here. This is great. Whoa, hey, you two. Yeah, I'm looking at you two right there. Rip Talon, Eliandra. Hey, how's it going? It's Skyland.
Not too bad. Yourself? What are you up to on this fine, what is it, afternoon or it's still morning?
It's still morning. Breakfast bothered me a lot, so I decided to come up for a walk, get some fresh air, smell some beautiful flowers. I never saw someone bleed that much in my life. I was bothered.
Oh no!
Thought about adventuring before, but I'm rethinking it.
Yes, it's
I've
not
seen
for
worse.
everyone.
I feel like life's trying to tell me something. They're saying, hey, Skyland, you have a lot of money. You have a lot of free time. But you're not cool with blood. Maybe not adventuring.
So what would you do instead?
Well, honestly, I don't know. I mean, don't tell anyone this. I trust you two. My family doesn't really talk to me much. They just kind of give me money and I just kind of do what I want. I'm not a fancy politician like some of my siblings are, or doctor or anything. I don't take care of the estate. I'm just Skyland. Just trying to kind of figure out me.
Well, Skyland, you know what works for me?
Removing your
got all these
feathers?
piles of cash. Huh?
Oh.
What?
Oh,
If you
Let-
got all this cash sitting around,
yeah. Got lots of it. Trying to invest, trying to be smart.
you should open up a restaurant.
A restaurant. Those never fail because everyone eats food.
Exactly. You can find a lot of purpose in creating elevated cuisine.
Wait,
Elevated,
hold
I
up. Is
think-
that what Rip Talon does?
elevated cuisine. Cuisine that's elevated. Tell me more. I'm interested already.
Well, you know how like some people are just like roast grubs.
Right.
What if you like, cut it open and you put like a couple of herbs inside and then you like tie it shut and then you roast it. Stuff like that.
Is Rip Talon the Guy Fieri of bird people?
So you're
No.
saying I could take regular food that everyone already enjoys and make it better and sell it as elevated food. And they would eat it
Yeah.
on top of the restaurant.
See, I didn't even add that part. You are just rolling on your own right now, Skyland.
What is happening here? What? Okay. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. Restaurants.
I do invest in a couple. We'll be competitors, but
Well, maybe we could.
I
we
won't,
don't need to be competitors. Well, for partners. You seem like you got a head on your shoulders, and I got a lot of money.
yeah, you could say that, but I think you got this on your own, Skyland. You don't need me for this.
All right. Really, just a leaf in the wind right now. That's what it's feeling.
Just let it blow.
Okay, I'm gonna think more on this elevated cuisine thing. We go hang out those eucalyptus trees. Thank you for the idea, and
Yeah, no problem.
always wonderful seeing you, Lady Eliandra. And the Honorable Skyland takes off into the air.
What on earth was that?
Well, it's just good advice, A good restaurant never fails. Skyland looked like they needed a little purpose, and I gave it to them.
Could you find me a purpose?
I mean, do you want to start a restaurant too?
Good heavens, no. But, no. I don't know, Rip. Sometimes I just... Never mind.
How did you feel about the bottle situation?
Oh. Well, to be completely honest with you, Kyle had it coming.
See,
Did you see his behavior at the breakfast when Kratok had
I
to
mean-
step in, or the dinner? When was that?
I
at
mean,
the
I feel
food?
like
It was dinner. Yeah, I think it was dinner.
Breakfast.
Everyone just dogged on Kyle. That's good.
I mean, I feel like I'm about one step away from him saying to me what he said to that little goblin. And I can't say I wouldn't have bottled him in that situation, He had it coming for sure. But, given that you feel that way, maybe Skyland's first idea is the idea for you. You could be an adventurer.
Mm. I don't think so. Maybe.
It's an option.
No. You think?
And just give it some thought. You don't have to, but if that didn't bother you that much, compared to most everyone else there, I think you're more cut out for it than your average Plumerian.
Considering what the fuck Lucas wrote for this character, it's gonna be real interesting if that's what happens. I don't know. I do sort of like the glamour of everything we live with, but I think it's been nice having things shaken up a little, don't you?
Yeah, we need some changes. That's for sure.
Maybe. We'll have to see what changes I can go through, and maybe then we'll find an answer. But until then, could talk, right?
Oh yeah, I'll talk to him. Yeah, today.
Wonderful. You're amazing.
Anytime.
So we go from these two plotting. Seems like a lot of people are plotting lately. I mean, I guess that's how it goes. To another two who aren't plotting. Another two who are walking, holding hands as they are walking near the eucalyptus trees. These towering, beautiful trees with this rainbow bark. And we see Trust and Weary.
Wait, wasn't I taking Kyle to a room?
I forgot about that. Okay.
Okay.
Scratch that. We're going
Yeah.
to Kyle's room.
Okay. Sorry, the most romantic location
Yeah.
of all. Kyle's room.
Kyle's room. So Trust
uh,
helps you drag screamy Kyle. And I don't need to change the music now.
I toss Kyle into the bed.
No!
I drag Trust into the bathroom for 2 seconds,
Whoa.
and I look at him in the eyes, and I'm like, and I pull down my sleeve, and you see like the swirling like void tattoo that I got from the death demigod.
What the hell?
So I was given a task
Oh my
when I
God.
brought everyone back. I have to stop someone who's deathless.
Forgot you brought people back to life. You've had a wild adventure.
We kind of lost it all in the plot. You've been a real good sport about this, and I really appreciate you.
Oh yeah.
I have to kill Kyle. I don't know how to do that.
Okay, so describe killing Kyle.
I
Because
don't know, undoing whatever's going on with Kyle. This is what the death demigod wants me to do.
okay. 'cause-
Unless there's another deathless person that I'm gonna run into.
Okay. Okay. But aren't you like a doctor?
Yeah. I didn't remember that until my arm started twitching as I held Kyle's dead body.
Can you kill people?
Yeah, I do it all the time. I mean, I don't feel great about it, but I do it all the time.
I mean, I've done it as well. I get it.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not great, but
you know what this needs? And I run out the door to look for Kratok.
yeah. Well, we'll say Kratok isn't too far away.
And you see Weary's head poke out of the hallway and just, Kratok,
Weary, what's going on?
come here.
Okay. Kratok is like lost in thought because he's trying to think of how to like smooth over the TK situation. But
So
Oh,
the
it makes his
three
way
of
over.
you,
Yeah,
You
I
go to
grab
the
Kratok
bathroom.
and also pull Kratok into the bathroom. This isn't a weird thing. I just need to explain to everyone, and you have a very.
in there.
It's a medical conference.
Boring.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. It's like he's 12.
Okay, you need like a second opinion on something, or
Yeah. You remember when I brought you back to life with everybody?
Yeah.
And I mentioned that like I had to take a deal with the death demigod to do that.
oh,
The deal was I had to undo somebody's. What was the exact wording, Lucas? I want to make sure I'm not like monkey's pawing myself.
Yeah, you had to find a person. They said you'll know them when you see them, and
Oh,
you've
God.
got the feeling.
Uh-huh.
You have to convince this person to let go of their immortality because they've lived and died too many times, and it's messing with things. And so you have to convince Kyle, the person who truly only cares about themselves, to let go of their own existence
God.
and move on,
Okay.
or at the very least get rid of that immortality.
All right. I don't have to kill Kyle, but I have to convince Kyle that it's okay to die.
That's difficult. He has quite the hubris.
Yeah. I don't know how you're gonna do this one. Don't get me wrong. You're always a very convincing person. You're always a smooth talker back in Sekathet.
Oh.
You had a way with words, but
Oh man, when you say that, and I think back to everything I've done in the past months,
so
it
much
feels
easier in
it
Sekathet.
feels like you're lying to me, but you're probably right.
Everyone here is all like, "Hey, don't say what you're thinking." I'm like, "What do you want me to say then?"
We need to take Kyle with us when we leave.
So I see two ways to maybe accomplish this. One route is I'll say this in hushed tones here. We threaten to kill him over and over until the agony is too much.
I don't think that works. I think that's already happened to him.
We could make it worse. But maybe
Wow,
a better
Katak,
idea.
That's like really hardcore.
Listen, my annoyance and hatred for Kyle knows no bounds.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm really glad we're all on the same page about that.
But on the other hand,
Mm-hmm.
this is painful to even think about, but maybe if I'm part of one of his business meetings here, we could offer him giving up his immortality in exchange for a couple of things. Probably a very favorable deal in the trade in Plumeria. It sucks, but it would accomplish their goal.
Hey, I'm ordering room service. Do you want anything?
Come back in like 20 minutes.
Oh
Bring
my
your finest
god,
hors
I'm
d'oeuvres.
just gonna order.
I think I'm frozen.
You were frozen for a minute.
Okay,
you're
back.
I panic because whenever my computer freezes, I'm like, if I touch anything, it'll get worse. So I just sat back. Okay, so we can get him in the room. I need to be there when it happens. It can't be. That's part of the deal.
Are you saying you need to be in the room where it happens?
I do. I have to be in the room where it happens.
That's good. Some people pop out of like the shower and they're singing, and then they snap back.
Oh God, it's Rip's gang.
Don't worry, boss, we got you.
Where's Boss? Who are you?
Rip sends people off to go make sure that musicals happen.
Oh God, that's why Rip is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I poke my head out, and I think for a minute, and I look in my pack, and I fashion like a ball in a cup, and I go outside, and it's like a really nice ball in a cup, like it's really well made.
But somehow Kyle already has a number of desserts in this room.
How did you do that?
I
told
asked for them.
I told the guards not to let anyone in. Did
Yeah,
they bring
but
you
everybody feels like shit because I got beaten to hell by your crazy friend.
Okay, Kyle, I have excellent news for you.
Good excellent news for you. We're gonna beat you to shit with a fucking bottle. Thanks.
Yeah, Kyle, I
I headache
understand.
still.
I understand you're upset. Besides the
I need
blood
more
all over your
sugar.
face, you look remarkably okay.
Yeah, because I brought blood in as a style 2 years ago, if you even remember. Probably weren't even there.
Kyle, I lived in Sekathet 2 years ago.
Gross! Oh,
didn't-
there's
you
not
didn't-
even... No!
You didn't
It's
exist
too
in my
warm.
periphery 2 years
It's-
ago.
It's too warm there. And there's mushrooms. I don't like mushrooms.
Okay, Kyle, hold this, and I give him the ball in a cup.
What is this?
So it's a contraption to
The ball is-
entertain.
The ball is in the cup.
Right, but if you let it out and it's on a string, and then you have to flip it back into the cup, you can't use your other hand.
I'm sorry. How?
You will have to figure it out, don't you, Kyle? It's actually You don't know this about me, Kyle. I was trained by a secretive order of mages, and this was actually how we tested our highest levels of intelligence among our order. If you were able to get the ball in the cup, you would actually be like elevated to a higher level.
The only rule is I can't use my other hand.
Well, so you have to be able to, with a flick of your wrist, move the ball into the cup. Any other manipulation of the ball to put it in the cup will result in a failure. The mages will know.
I'm not a witch, all right? I don't know witchcraft.
You don't need to know witchcraft for this,
I don't
Kyle.
even. Well, I know a lot.
You
of
just need to be
crafting,
the smartest person in the room.
All right. I'll give it a go.
All right. So I need you to really focus on this because it's actually going to help your healing process if you have your mind stimulated.
I feel fine. I just have a headache.
Right.
I need more sugar.
Exactly. The mental healing process from the head trauma. That takes at least 2 more weeks to heal than you think.
What?
Yes.
Mental?
Nobody told you that?
Is that a type of metal?
No. Mental, like your mind, where you keep your thoughts.
No one bothers with their minds, Weary. It's all about the glamour.
And I put like a hand to like his forehead.
It's a worm.
I go, oh my god, Kyle.
What?
Kyle, you have a super concussion.
How many people get super concussions?
I think you might be one of 3.
I am one of 3 who have a super concussion.
Right. It's when you.
So I am popular about concussionings.
Yes. Let me actually explain it for you. And I take out like a little diorama, and I take out like a bunch of little like. I imagine I grabbed like some weird stuff from the swamp, so it's like a bunch of little puff balls.
Yeah.
And I just set up like a little stand. And it's like this doorway is your mind. And every time you've been killed, possibly by head trauma, has been one of these little puff balls going into your mind. And what happens is your healing is so fast that each of the puffballs get stuck at the doorway to your mind. And I'm worried that you've gotten so many that they're all crammed in there, and I shove them into the doorway. And right now you have all of these concussions at the same time.
I just need one more to get them through the door.
Right, the slightest breeze could push through and your brain might explode.
Then it'll go back together.
Right. But until we can find that additional head trauma, you have to be very careful. Because if it happens
and I have
before
to do it with this ball in the cup?
Yes, it helps you stay focused. And if you do it before, if you get another head trauma before you're ready, the super concussion will go horribly wrong. Have you ever seen those pictures of starfish? The drawings, the etchings? You know how they have 5 arms?
A starfish?
Yeah, it's and I draw like a star animal thing.
You're making that up.
Sure, if it helps you understand it better. Your brain will start to do that if you're not careful.
Weary, I would slap you if I wasn't so fascinated.
Exactly. So I need you to focus on this ball in a cup, and I need you to stay put. 1, for your own protection, because you never know. TK could still be out there.
You know what? I listen to you only because usually you're the nicest dressed out of all of them.
I'm going to wait, really?
Of course. Come on.
I don't know how to take that.
Well, you should take it well because it's a compliment.
I could agree with that.
Yeah, Weary dress as well.
Thank you. All right. Thanks.
All right, go back into the washroom. I'm trying to do this cup ball.
All right, thank you. And I can go back into the bathroom. I bring talk with me. All right, so that'll keep him distracted until we figure out another plan.
Ow, my eye!
It'll grow back. It'll be fine.
I'm just picturing him holding the cup up in the air and trying to push it down.
Yeah, and just swinging it around, and just every so often yelling at it or trying to use he bites onto it and drops it and nailed it.
All right. So I want him to be distracted and in one place so we can access him easily.
You currently have Kyle distracted. I'll say that much.
Okay, cool.
It's an easy task.
All right.
Got it. 1.
So after that, I file out of the bathroom and bring Trust with me. Thank you, Kratok, for your expert medical opinion.
That felt very non-medical, but anything to help Weary.
And I walk outside and I just hands on knees, breathing very hard.
Okay. So you're processing this, and Kratok, you're hanging out with the two of them while they're kind of dealing with all of this. And after a little bit, like, Kyle's thoroughly distracted, and Trust asks you, Weary, is it okay if we dip out for a minute? I kind of something I wanted to ask you.
Sure. That actually be perfect. I could use literally anything that doesn't have to do with Kyle.
It was nice meeting you, Kratok.
Yes, it was nice to meet you too. I should go deal with TK anyways, or well, talk to TK, I should say. Deal sounds a little harsh.
no more murdering. We're going to do deals now. That's what we do here in Plumeria. We do deals.
We're all about the deal.
Yeah.
So you wander off away from Kyle's room, thank God. And Trust is leading you a little bit away from the main manor. And you're going away from, all the hullabaloo. You see some people are rushing back to there's like a couple other doctors have been called to come check up on a few other things. And the two of you are heading off to the forest there that's set up on the Crestfeather Estate. Weary, we've been through a lot, each of us.
Right. Yeah.
You have a deal with the Death God? I mean, be careful on that one.
It's a little too late.
I guess so. Hey. When I was traveling with the Guardians, I encountered a lot of things out there. We talked about magic and how something's going on, especially with Arabisha, who's somewhat in control.
Mm-hmm.
I saw what Arabisha became. The creature beyond what my mind could understand at the moment. It took me a while just to even think on what happened there.
Oh.
She has one of those masks, Weary.
It. Okay. It's fine.
We're going to try to deal with it. We have a lot of really talented, strong people, the Guardians of the Tendril, and we think we know where she's holed up.
Do you have a means to destroy the mask?
At the very least, we can get it away.
There's like 6 things that blow up those masks, and if you don't have them, even holding on to them is dangerous.
What are the things that blow them up?
Dark Blade, Bright Blade, a few other things you mentioned a year ago that I don't remember off the top of my head.
Well, I'll mention that to my superiors.
One of them was like a volcano. It was very Mount Doom.
Yeah, there's like, and there's I believe the power cores of the walking cities in the Golden Bazaar.
Oh, okay. So like appropriately like epic, like you have to journey there and do the thing, or you have to have the weapon to do the thing.
Yeah, you need something really powerful. Yeah,
so I mentioned that. So like if you do have it, make sure it's given to someone who has a very strong will. Because even one of our strongest wills, Glyph, was taken over by it. I felt its call. It's dangerous. These things are very dangerous and they don't want to be destroyed.
I'll mention that to my superiors. We have a lot of people helping us out across the numerous kingdoms.
Okay.
Weary, the fact that we got to meet again, I feel like this is a second chance not a lot of people get.
Right.
They walk closer and take your hands in theirs. We had a life before all this, and I wish I held on to it tighter than I did. I love you, Weary.
I love you too, Trust.
I don't.
feel like you're going to turn around and be like, and now on to my nightmare journey.
Feel like you're about to travel on your nightmare journey.
That's not fair. I started mine first.
Fair enough. I want us to have something, a part of that life that we didn't get to have. Weary, will you marry me?
And Weary's jaw drops, arms fling back, almost running into one of the eucalyptus trees, hyperventilating. ah.
I mean, if you really don't want to, it's okay.
No,
I didn't.
And I just grab his face. No, it's yes. The answer's yes. The answer's yes, because the answer's yes, but, and it's not the but that you think it is.
Oh.
I'm kind of a monster.
Weary, I don't think you're a monster.
No, I mean,
had to
I
do
drank-
some difficult things.
I drank something that I made to become immortal so that I could shepherd people and protect them for as long as I continue to exist. And it worked.
That doesn't
But
sound
I'm
like
a monster
to me.
now. And I kind of like bring down my collar a little bit, and you can see like there's almost like strange like scarring on the neck, almost as if at any moment it's ready to like yoink off. It's still there, it's still sturdy, but it looks, Weary's head looks a lot more removable in emergency situations than it did before.
They look at your neck, and then they grab your face, and then they just kiss you.
And all of the tension that Weary was holding just melts like right away. Just like, oh, I don't have to think, and just blank brain.
And as we leave these two tieflings,
Weary's head does not pop off.
Yay!
as we leave these two tieflings in the eucalyptus forest, a plumerian flies over top this gray, fluffy plumerian who lands outside the Crestfeather estate, far enough away to not bother these two. And all of you who you're dealing with the turmoil of this day, you hear Dudley Flufffeathers yell out to everyone, "Greetings! It is I, Dudley Flufffeathers, and I am back with another message from the Earth Realm." It goes as follows. And so I wept at times as I take refuge on my mattress so that I could expel what lingers within my mind. And I have a strange little feeling. And thus I awake in the morn as I step into yonder, and I inhale deeply and feel a euphoric rush. And I bellow out at my full capacity, "What is transpiring here?" I say, "Hail, ale, 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 hail, ale, ale." I declare hail. What is transpiring here? That is all. I bring you more word once I decipher more of these texts. I, Dudley Flufffeathers,
Oh man,
am off.
Dudley Flufffeather's doing the god's work.
Jason, I'm
Godspeed
going to
that little bird.
Listen, it's open to anyone. Just type it in the chat.
Oh man.
Come on, it's the best
What's
song.
going on?
I love that song. Oh man, I listened to it so many times. But fun fact, me and Michelle were watching trailers for movies, and the Silent Hill one came on, and they decided to do like, what's a really good song that encapsulates Silent Hill? I know, a dramatic version of Four Non Blondes' "What's Going On."
What?
Yeah, watch the Silent Hill trailer and that mess.
First one or
great.
second? Because like I've seen the first one. And
It's
like,
the latest
fun.
one. Yeah,
The latest.
the latest one in their trailer, and I was I immediately went outside when I was walking the dog, listened to that song. Yeah, great.
Oh my god.
Did you all have fun today with this wild session?
Oh, fun fact, viewers and listeners, I'm getting kicked out of my apartment. Turns out it's not just a water heater; they're replacing the entire floor next week. For like our entire kitchen, hallway area, and living room. So I'm gonna not be here next week because I'm gonna be in a hotel with dubious Wi-Fi. It'll be a nice hotel, but I don't want to use hotel Wi-Fi for a stream. That seems like a recipe for disaster. So I'll see you in 2 weeks for my wedding.
I need to dispel the conspiracy theory. I just did random gift sub because no one said anything in chat.
Yeah, I was about to get after you. I was like, that doesn't count.
Person who said it.
That doesn't count when he's the DM. No.
Nice.
That was random. I swear.
You know,
on
it was
my
for
life.
my writing of the song, and I understand. Everyone was blown away.
It's giving like we translated this poem from ancient Greek,
Mm-hmm.
and it loses all of the like the sonorous like notes of it because it's no longer in the correct language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it doesn't have none of the same beats, anything. It is just someone yelling out words, and I am here for it, having a lot of fun.
Like freshmen reading Shakespeare.
There you go. When they force high school students, to read those. Always good. All right. Well, thank you all for joining us here today. We're going to go around the table. Any plugs you have, any things like that, anywhere we can find you, anything you've been listening to, anything you just like. I don't care. Go ahead and give it a plug. So we have been playing through this wonderful arc, and it's going to be coming to an end very soon. This will be jumping back into high fantasy goodness. But if you have been enjoying it, I definitely recommend go check out the Control Group. Sarah Williams from the Control Group is the one who made up Petticoats and Proposals. A lot of fun. Also, we have another show, a podcast, Ballad of the Seven Dice. It is one episode away from wrapping up its first campaign. 4 years. My God. A lot happened during that. I got married. I think actually one of the other cast members also got married during the time of that podcast. It was a wild time. But yeah, check out Battle of the Seven Dice. I am very proud of what we put together, and the last episode will probably be coming out within the week. So very happy to go through all that. We also have a Patreon. I have been plugging away at it's well over an hour-long audio drama about the forging of the Brightblade. I almost have it done. I'm just very picky. I do need some lines still, but I'm very picky about how it's been going, so sorry
I turned mine in.
I know you did.
I also turned mine in for the creepy shopkeeper.
What some person here has actually, there's 2 people who haven't turned in lines, and Jason did turn in his lines. So let you do the math.
Wow.
It's the other Lucas in
not,
the
yeah,
That's
not
right.
Even, I can't
God
believe
damn it, Lucas.
3v3 didn't turn in.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do notes.
But yeah, so check out our Patreon. The funds from the Patreon help us go support the show, pay for things like hosting and all that good stuff. So it definitely helps out. And I've been working on another show that we will be having out soon called Escaping Carcosa, which is 2 shows running side by side, a Call of Cthulhu game and a Pathfinder game, all about people trapped inside the digital world. My recommendation is go play Digimon Survive. It's so fucking good. I've been playing it. It's so good.
I've also been playing it.
If you're sitting there like, oh man, I love Digimon, nice, because it's good. But you're also like, oh, I love Final Fantasy Tactics kind of things. They got you tactics style gameplay, and you're like, I just love some good horror. They got such good horror with Digimon going on. People it's not like oh man, we're trapped in a digital world, let's just go fucking beat shit up. It's like, oh my God, people are dying in this game. It is great. Go check out Digimon Survive. I've been having a blast. I'm only on chapter 4. I'm definitely gonna do 2 or 3 playthroughs on this. It's wonderful.
Same. I'm already sitting there going, oh God, oh God.
I'm like, oh, they died. All right. Well,
I thought it might happen, but I didn't think it would. Right? In any other media, they like pull through in the end.
Yeah, it's
and they
visceral
don't.
too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, check it out. Digimon Survive, so good. And I will not stop bugging Michelle about Digimon stuff. I've even gone as far as started to plug away at a Digimon TTRPG. It's looking good.
Nice.
All right, I'll move things over to Ian.
Hi everybody. You can find me on Twitter at Ian_Caliente. And I'm excited because this is my first ever D&D character to be married like in a game. I've had others get married like in post-game stuff that has not been played out. I have a one shot for another character to get married that just hasn't happened yet. But this is the first time it's going to happen like in front of me that I will be able to do and pilot my character. So I'm very excited. Props to Lucas for bringing it up and me immediately hitting the yes button very, very fast. I'm very excited. Today I'm going to recommend I've been playing Digimon. It's good. It's a good game.
Let's talk more about Digimon. I'll talk about Digimon all day.
No, because like I don't really want to spoil it. Like it's a really good visual novel. Like I don't want to spoil it. It's like a lot of fun. I'm just gonna recommend reading books. In specific, I went ahead and bought myself the first Witcher book, which is specifically the one that says introducing the Witcher, not number 1. I assume it's because he wrote it later to better contextualize the world, and it's been a pretty breezy read. So if you want to read the Witcher: The Last Wish and get started on the journey of watching a sad, angry man figure out he has a daughter to take care of, you can definitely start with that book, and it's a pretty light, fun read.
Awesome. Meg.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Meg. You can find me on Twitter at Narnia's Pants. What the fuck are you doing? Oh, put the queer fan down. Sorry, my partner is apparently just self-identifying over there. You can find me on Twitter at Nerdy's Pants, where I roast my partner, roast myself, hit on half of my friends because they're all hot. Hey, Eve. I panic a lot. This is day 2 that I have started back on our school calendar. It is chaos, but it's pretty good so far. I've only had to scare one kid into submission once this week, so we'll see how tomorrow goes. It's been good. My birthday was Friday. Thank you to those of you who have donated, retweeted, and done whatever you possibly could to help spread my Amazon list. There's still a bunch on there that I do need. So if you can help me out as I'm still kind of kicking off the first month with my kiddos, everything is in my Twitter. I've been retweeting it constantly, pretty frequently. I'll probably do it again after the show. So give me a follow over there and watch me scream and laugh as all of my kids are currently obsessed with their damn zodiac signs, apparently. And it's giving me life and slightly terrifying.
And Eve.
Well, you can find me over at Lawless Vic on the Twitter. That is lawless as in crimes. You'll see that my name on there is criminal. So I'm a criminal who does crimes. Anyways, but yeah, there's lawless as in crimes and Vic as in victories. More crime victories. Those are fun. I'm going to recommend that you check out Beyond the Further Stars, because I am on there as a little big character. I'm doing some voice acting on that, so you can hear me as Captain Celia.
Maybe we would hear you in Ballad of the Seven Dice if you would send in your audios to Lucas.
Shut the fuck
Is Beyond the Further Stars the like Neverland based game?
No, it's a space game.
Oh, okay, I was thinking of a different star-related TTRPG project whose name escapes me. So, has to do with Neverland.
Yeah, and also the latest episode of Animorphing Time, the last episode of Animorphing Time came out. You could also hear me on that, asking questions. Apparently, the best question. according to them, because I'm not only given the best answers, but they had also previously declared me better and smarter than them, because I am. And also check out my friend's show, Diet Coke and Lilith's House of Snacks. That's snacks with an X instead of CKS. I can't speak right now. It's just a snack food review podcast. Only they've got like the snack keeper to outro it and stuff. It's a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. That's all. Go away.
And Jason.
Hello. Much to shout out. I got the nasty virus. So take care out there, people. It seems to be going around more than usual again or something. But with every nap, I regain a lot of power. So I'm doing okay.
And yes, so we will be back next week, but the week after, the 23rd, we will not be here, for I will be having my anniversary on the 24th, and I will be a touch busy. So, we will not be here for that time. I'll be hanging out with my spells and having a blast. Man, the pressure is on. I gotta find
you get
something
to come
cool
back
to do.
and immediately plan a fantasy wedding.
Oh
You
man,
gotta build up that pressure and come back.
Jesus Christ.
We'll be able to tell how well it goes based on how well the wedding afterwards goes.
I took a week off, so it should be fine.
Nice. I should take a week off.
All right.
Everyone should just take weeks off, you know?
So before Meg and Eve just start diving into writing so much fan fiction on things, we are going to go ahead and raid someone else's Twitch. So let us see who's on.
Rolling the dice.
Who?
It's a 5.
1, 2.
That doesn't help me.
Just Orky Teacher is my 5.
All right. So I see them there. So / raids.
Yeah.
Just dorky teacher.
I think they're playing a new game today.
Let's check out a new game. Broforce.
Ow.
Oh, I've played that. That's fun.
Ow. Wally, no. Wally, please.
Wally, yes, get the nipple.
No.
All right, everyone. So while Ian is eaten by a cat, we will see you all next week. Until then, bye now.
In Soviet Russia, pussy eats you.
Jesus Christ.
Say goodbye.